Good evening, my dear YouTube viewers. Today also we will continue the same scientific research. Okay, here we will find the various stages how we are conducting the research. Okay, stages of scientific research. Miller said failures or the defects of data is due to the inability to incorporate the scientific procedures by the researcher. So, scientists should establish logical connections among the facts through trial and error method. Francis, he also summarized the various steps and he mentioned like in the following way. Number 1, precise the formulation of the problem as a question, that is preparation of the question. Second one, formulation of a working or exploratory of hypothesis, that is nothing but the formation of hypothesis. The third one is observation and exploration of the problem by a variety of scientific techniques using the various scientific tools. Fourth one, uniform recording of the data obtained. So we are carrying the number of instruments. Next, classification of data into series and it's also we can see the consequences. The last one is scientific generalization. One after another we will go through. Precise formulation of the problem. Here the question should be like this: the study of relation between or among the various facts, example education and employment or other attributed factors. Second, formulation of working hypothesis. One must be able to formulate provisional statement and his guidance is very important at the collection of data. Example, if we want to prepare the hypothesis on the literacy should increases for the sake of employment opportunities, particularly women. Third one, collection of data. The questionnaire has given the girls or the respondents from at the school, at the hostel or at the home, etc. as by utilizing the method that is the representative sample technique. Next, uniform recording data. One must record the data through observation, schedule, questionnaire and interview methods. Fifth one, classification of data. With the help of statistical data, we can easily classify it and also organize it in order to get the exact picture of relation between education and employment opportunities. Sixth one, scientific generalizing. The collected or organized data has given the conclusion, that is, that education is having the capacity to increase the employment opportunities. This is only temporary or probable explanation only. Later, there is a chance to change in the light of new inventions or the discoveries on the subject matter. Next, what is the role of the research? The method of observation and experimentation can be applied to study the social phenomenon, that is the empirical study. Empirical means practical study. Though the scientific research has not been able to give any absolute explanation about social phenomenon and it is finally successful in giving the relative casual explanation of observed fact. It may not give the 100% results, but more or less probable explanation it will give. The use of research techniques restricts the field of study and has thus enabled more valid conclusions of social facts. Research aims the scientific observation and collection of information, which again is helpful to give the clarity for the results. The recent ideas of controlled experiments have contributed much to the study of criminal behavior, social behavior and child psychology too. The method of participant observation being successfully used by social anthropologists in order to gather the valid data about the origin of social institutions. Next, social research has led to the development of or introducing the new findings or new finds in sociology discipline such as social psychology and social medicine, etc. New concept and new terminology have been developed. By that, new areas of exploration are being tried out and new avenues of knowledge are also opening up. Once again, we will recap the information. The stages of scientific research. In a very simple way, we explained the various sub-stages. Example, here Miller said, failures or the defects of data is due to the inability to incorporate scientific approach or procedures by the research scholar or the scientist. So, the scientist should establish logical connections among the facts through trial and error method. Francis summarized the steps in the following way, such as precise the formulation of problem by making the questions at the question preparation. Second, formulation of working or exploratory hypothesis. So, one should prepare the hypothesis. Observation and exploration of problem by variety of scientific techniques. So, utilizing the techniques. Fourth one, uniform recording of the data. Data should be at the uniform way. It should not be fluctuate. Classification of data into series. That is by the statistician. Next, the sixth one is scientific generalization. Finally, we are going to bring to the conclusion. One after another, we will check out. Precise the formulation of the problem. The question should be like this. The study of relation between education and employment or any other factors that is associated with that. Second, formulation of working hypothesis. One must be able to formulate provisional statement and his guidance at collection of the data. Example, if the hypothesis is like this, literacy should increase for the sake of employment or more employment opportunities for the sake of women. Next, collection of data. The questionnaire has given the girls, that is for the respondents, either at maybe school, hostel or at their home, etc. By applying the representative sample technique. Next, uniform recording data. One must be record the data through observation, schedule, questionnaire and interview methods. Next, classification of data. This work is done by the statistician. With the help of the statistics, the data will be classified and organized in order to get the exact picture of relations between the education and employment opportunities. Next, the scientific generalization. The collected or analyzed data has given the conclusions such as that education is having the capacity to increase the employment opportunities. This is only temporary and probable explanation. Later, there is a chance to bring the changes in the light of new discoveries or inventions of the subject matter. Next, role of research. If anybody will ask you what is the research role, you can explain like this. The method of observation and experimentation can be applied to study the social phenomenon. Social phenomenon means if there is any social problem, so through the social phenomenon we are studying. Through the scientific researches though the scientific researchers has not been able to give any absolute explanation about the social phenomenon of a particular problem, and it is finally successful in giving the relations, the gradual explanations of observed facts. It may not be given like the pure sciences, the 100% pakka results, but probably the conclusions it will give about the facts. The use of research techniques restricts the field of study and has thus enabled more valid conclusions of social facts. Research aims the scientific observation and collection of information, which again is helpful to give the clarification about the results. The recent ideas of controlled experiments have contributed much to the study of criminal behavior, social behavior, and child psychology too. The method of participant observation being successfully used by social anthropologists to gather the valid data about the origin of social institutions. Social research has led to for the development of new finds or new findings in sociology discipline such as social psychology and social medicine, etc. New concepts and terminologies have been introduced. Because of these new ideas, the new areas of exploration are taking place. New avenues of knowledge are opening up. By this, today's lecture is completed. This is Bindu taking leave from the YouTube platform. If possible, please do subscribe. Good night.